What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode, what is this? I think like 11 or something, but episode number one of 2021. Welcome. My name's Spaze. For those of you that are watching for the first time, I am the Booze Nest. Happy New Year, happy holidays. Hopefully, everyone had a good time with their family and friends the last few weeks. And hopefully, 2021 turns into a year that we actually do want to remember. So obviously I wanted to start 2021 with a bang. Bring in two guys I know that are very well known well known in the cigar industry here in Metro Detroit, and are actually running the second shop of the Godfather. I believe they're on screen ready to go. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon and Triston, what's going on, guys?
What's going on,
How are
Spaze?
you, Spaz?
How's it been, man?
Hanging in there, man. Living life day by day, waiting to see what new rules come out and what we're gonna do.
Living,
What about
living
you,
the dream. So, in other words, you guys are living the dream.
Yes,
Or living
always,
your best life as a restaurant slash bar owner, right?
always, man.
A
Staying
really
strong.
cold, a really cold life.
It's one of those. It's always one of those, man. It's either to like you got to enjoy it, grind it out, or nothing's gonna happen, and you're just gonna sit there and complain for the rest of the year.
True.
And
Exactly.
at this point, we can't really do anything about it. We're what 10 months in, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just nod our heads, say yes. So before we get started, I do want to remind those that are watching via the Michigan Breakfast Club, to allow your name to show up in a comment, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to enable the StreamYard app to show your name in your comments when you are sending one. Just that way, we're not showing up as Facebook user. We actually see your name when you're communicating with you. Another thing I do want to mention, and kind of like how I mentioned in the intro, you guys are location number two for the Godfather, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, you have the address right down there in the ticker the whole time, as well as your phone number, just so I can make sure I typed everything right. The number is 586-566-1800. Address is, where did it go? 14073 23 Mile Road.
Yes,
you
sir.
got it.
Perfect. So, with that said, welcome again. Thank you guys for joining. Obviously, like I said, I want to start 2021 off with a bang.
Thanks for having us.
And no better way to do so. What's in the glass? What's in the hand? What are we smoking? What are we drinking?
I am smoking a Killer Bee Killer Bee Green Hornet, by Black Label, Blackwork Studios, and I am drinking a wholemeal stout.
Very nice. For those that don't know, right before we went on, we heard a huge pop, and it felt like we were celebrating New Year's again. So that might have been what it was. It might have not been. We can't confirm or deny, but it's okay. Tristan, what about you? What are you sipping on?
You said you wanted to start with a bang. He started it off too. I'm sipping on a little Four Roses, small batch on a rock ball, something sweet. Honestly, just simple. And a good friend of mine, Jorge, from Jorge Cigars, actually gave me his Cameroon wrapper that he hasn't officially released yet. Look forward to it. If you haven't smoked the Jorge, come on by and try it out. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this bad boy, that's for sure.
Very nice.
Why aren't you smoking?
Why am I not smoking? It's because I'm in my garage, and depending what time, or I'm in my basement. Depending what time we finish up, I might end up just walking by or driving by and saying hi. Because you correct me if I'm wrong, you guys got the tent back up and running, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Fully compliant.
Fully compliant. Health department, MLCC, tent is up, heated. It's cold, so dress warm still.
It's Michigan.
It's Michigan.
Yeah.
So
that's always a good disclaimer.
Yeah. But there's heaters in there, and I mean, every restaurant doing the best they can do to keep the tents warmed up. We're just another one of the restaurants doing our best, so that's for sure.
Yeah, plus, don't get me wrong, you guys have bourbon, you have whiskey, you got the whole 9 yards as far as cocktails go. that's gonna keep you warm enough on its own as well too. Like you
Exactly.
guys
True.
know, we go back a little bit. Every time I come in, I'm usually not doing anything other than neat pour,
That's true.
or the cocktails that we put together.
That's
I
very
know
true.
what you guys are drinking. I dived into an old school buddy of mine tonight, the Taylor
There you
Straight Rye
go.
from the 2017.
Oh yeah.
Switch it up a little bit. I was reorganizing my bar a few days ago. I'm like, shit, I still have this. All right, bet.
That's a good find.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I kind of mentioned it a little bit, and we've been talking about it a little bit already. But obviously, there's two locations to Godfather. There's you guys in Shelby, and then there's their OG in Rochester.
Yep.
So I guess that kind of brings us right into my first question. Um, how did the Godfather start? Was it you guys? Was it Pops?
Pops.
Stop.
So my dad actually, Marty used to own a cigar shop,
Mhm.
beer and wine and cigars, no liquor or anything like that.
Called Pipe and Puff.
Pipe and Puff. It was also called Vine and Wine at one point. That one was, he did very well, and everyone wanted to hang out with him, right? Like my
Right.
dad, was an awesome dude to talk to. Very knowledgeable about cigars. Taught my brother and myself, the basics of cigars and everything as well. And we kind of took it running to a whole nother level. But we wouldn't know the gist of cigars if it wasn't for him getting us into it. So, and then everyone talking about a lounge got him thinking.
Well, we put a small lounge in the back.
Yes, yeah,
I'm talking like 4 couches, maybe tops.
literally.
You talking love seats or those sectionals?
We're talking love seats, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real
So
close.
you're talking like no more than what, eight to 12 people then in that room, if
6
that.
to 8,
I
actually.
If that.
the most I ever had in there was like 10 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it turned into wanting a whole atmosphere of just sharing stories around drinks and cigars, honestly. And he found a couple spots. For years it didn't work. It was like, man, we can't figure this one out. We couldn't figure out the right spot. And then eventually we ended up falling on a little diamond in the rough and bought the place next to it too, and
Built the
built
upstairs.
it up. So it turned into quite the project, quite the build, and honestly, like a blessing in disguise. So glad to be here from it.
Yeah, when we bought it, it was probably close to 1,900 square feet, and then when we built it out, I think it's just shy of 5,
something like that.
something like that, maybe 4,500 square or 4.5 square feet. So
Very nice.
Practically.
So what brought in the idea of the 23 mile location in Shelby? Was that also Pops, or is that the two of you?
you know what? This is gonna get real personal. So we
I'm glad you guys have
we really didn't want to do anything with restaurants. We wanted no association with one. We never even wanted to open one. We were like, why would we open something that has the highest highest failure rate?
True. And the most hours of work.
Yes, bar and restaurant owners. I mean, before we got into this, I didn't respect them enough, and now it's like, man, I really know how they feel.
Hell yeah.
But we just happened to fall on a cigar license, and it just the pieces just fell together. That's what it was. They all came together.
We found the cigar license, by the way, when we were actually looking for rental properties to get our hands on, and like lakefront property, things of that nature. So we were looking actually for like the job with the least amount of hours, and landed on this monstrosity, this beast. That is again a blessing in disguise, but it came out of nowhere, and we just kind of when we saw it, we were like, damn, this could be amazing. My dad kind of put the vision in our eyes, and then once it made its way to our hearts, we were like, let's go. Like, there's no stopping us.
Let's run with it.
let's run with it. Tough. Don't get me wrong. 29 months of construction, and then that first day opening up, man. Like I remember crying. I'll admit it. I don't give a shit. He didn't cry. Apparently he's tough, but yeah, I remember crying. That's for sure. I was excited as hell, man. So since then, that's just the way the story goes, man.
Then we opened, and shoot, I got married the same year. Actually, I got married a month before.
Yeah.
Bought a house the month before, and then opened up a bar all at the same time.
Damn, so that was a busy year for you. So speaking of years, we just finished off 2020. I'm gonna put you both on the spot. Your top 5 cigars of 2020.
Ooh.
I hate answering this question, man. We've talked about it before.
I can tell you what's not on the list. It's probably an Ashton.
Nah, I'll probably put the ESG or the VSG somewhere up in my top 10.
All right, we said top 5. Get that out of there.
Yeah, I said top 5. You can add to sweeten the pot.
Okay, top 5. I'm gonna start at number 5. I'll go with.
What's up, Ivan?
What's up, Ivan? I'm gonna go.
My man.
Top 5, starting at number 5. Let's go with Drew Estate, technically Liga Privada, number 9, Corona Doble. No, I'm sorry, T52, Corona Doble.
Ooh.
Number 4, and this is going to sound very lopsided and backwards, the Undercrown Maduro. That's my number 4. I put that above the Liga, just so everybody out there on Drew Estate knows. Love you, Mike. Love you, Ryan, as well. And Robin, I'm sorry. Number 3, definitely going to go with The Monty by AJ Fernandez. So their collaboration, that's a badass move for me, at least. I love it. And then probably say my number 2, and this is going to suck, but James and Angela are going to love it. My number 2 is probably the Black Heart Lancero, the Super Deluxe. And my number 1, 100%, they're going to know this one, is the Bishop Blend, the 5-year anniversary, the Lancero by Black Label as well. That's a shit. I wish I could get more of those. That's my baby. So I only have like 3 left, and I'm not smoking them. I'm probably going to age them. So
at least you have some left. Mine are all gone.
Yeah, I've given some of them out, man. I love sharing the love when it comes to Black Label, but then I'm also kind of greedy at the same time. So,
you greedy? Come on.
Oh man. Okay, so top 5. I'll start with the 5th as well. I will go with, it's a new cigar that I actually got to try out this year. They sent me some samples. We're going to be carrying them very soon, at least the majority of their lineup. But I was a big fan of the 4 Kicks by Crown Heads, number 5.
Good.
And that's saying a lot. So number 4, I would have to say the Romeo and Juliet Blue, the Reserve. I think that was a phenomenal smoke by them. Not too big of a big fan of mainstream cigars, but I love that one. Number 3, so I would go with the number 9 Corona Doble, not the T52. And then you can't. This is probably by far maybe my most favorite Maduro would be the Milano V Double Toro. That sits really close to my heart, and I will say though the grand prize winner. I wish I had more, but it's the Bishop Blend 5-year anniversary Lancero by Black Label, and I'm going to throw that out there. But there isn't a Black Label cigar that I haven't liked yet. So
real talk.
Number 1, that Bishop Blend, and I can't wait for the 10-year anniversary Lancero. Realistically, I'm gonna buy them all, so you can't have it.
All right. No worries, bro. I'll just steal it from your locker.
Yo, all of our cigar talk in top 5 though. Put all that to the side. We love all the cigars.
Correct.
So like,
For any
typically,
reps that are watching,
you know me, Spaz. Like I hate answering that question because my top 5 changes all the time. Besides that, Bishop
continues to grow every time.
It's not just that, but you might be answering based on what you're drinking that day. That's
True.
what a lot of people aren't realizing either.
True. But what about you? Because you put us on the hot seat.
That's easy. I can give you all 5 of my answers in 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
A cigar with Omar is number 5. Cigar with you is number 4. A cigar with Brandon is number 3. A cigar with my cousins from Indiana is number 2, and a cigar with my buddy Justin is number 1.
There you go. I like that answer. That's badass.
There you go.
But in all seriousness, I don't know if I can pick one, especially for the same aspect you guys mentioned.
Yeah.
One cigar that blew me away or 2 cigars that blew me away that I have no problem mentioning right away are the LCA releases from Privado, the Death Bucket 2 and the Cookie Monster. If the Tai Chai is going to be anything like those 2, I'm pretty sure those are going to end up in my top 5 for last year. And then anything Liga. And based on the hat, obviously you can see anything Caldwell.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. If anybody has a leftover Cookie Monster, I will trade them a cigar for it because I had one, and I'm telling you right now, it was a damn good stick. But I need another one to reassure. Maybe it slips into my top 10. Maybe.
Let's talk.
Hey, I'll trade you a burger.
I think I got 3 left.
It's not only about cigars, right? I'll trade you burgers, and I'll go cook it myself for you. That's how much I enjoy that cigar too.
Okay. That burger's gonna be a hockey puck, just so you know.
He's a liar. Go ahead.
I'd rather Omar go behind the grill and do it, but it's all right. I'm just messing, bro. It's always good food when we go in or when I come in.
Of course, man. I appreciate it.
So we're gonna take that question that I just asked, and I'm gonna take it a little bit more personal. If you could sit down and have a pour and a cigar with anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
You go first on this one.
Ooh. All right.
And you can go dead or alive. Just to broaden the scope and maybe make it more challenging.
But you know what? I'm gonna keep it alive. I'm gonna keep it for someone who's always been an inspiration, realistically, from his wrestling days to his movie days. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't care what anyone says. It's either him or Marky Mark.
Oh,
that's it.
That's not an answer I expected from you.
2 inspirational dudes.
Go ahead, big fella.
All right. I'm gonna do the first one is we'll do someone who's passed and then someone who's alive, right? So for someone who's passed, low key, I feel like it'd be pretty badass to sit down with Teddy Roosevelt and smoke a cigar. I don't know why. That whole, speak softly and carry a big stick is something I've lived by. So I don't know. I like that, even though I'm not quiet.
Even though he speaks loudly and carries a small stick.
Right? That's to me, that would be cool. If not him, obviously my late grandpa, that would be a badass, sit down and.
Even though he doesn't smoke cigars,
he doesn't smoke.
Choose on them.
But that would be, to me, that'd be near and dear to my heart. That's for sure.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, but when it comes to alive, man, I'm gonna go with a cigar smoking legend, not one that maybe smokes them in movies.
He smokes them.
I'm gonna go Michael Jordan. I love the fact that he literally, the creators or the rollers, the cigar rollers of Cohiba, used to make special cigars for him. And then as a matter of fact, I don't know if he wants me putting this out there on the internet, but Jorge himself, the same guy for Jorge Premium Cigars, rolled this cigar for me, used to roll Michael Jordan's cigars and literally sell him, I think by like the 200s or 50s, whatever it was, and would just like, he'd order them and be like, hey, I want his agent would be like, hey, Jorge, we want those cigars. Make another 150 of them. He'd roll them and send them. Like, I want to sit down with MJ and talk cigars, talk sports, talk what the hell happened in
You better buy some Jordans.
94, 95. But hey, whatever, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's for me, that would be it, man. Like, that would be legit.
There you go. Sweet. Well, I gotta do another pour, so bear with me one second.
Who would you sit down with, though?
Steve Yzerman, Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
And my reason behind it, and I think I've had the same answer the 3 times I was asked this question back during my episodes, is that's 3 generations pretty much of hockey.
True.
Technically 2, but I want to know the difference in the upbringing into the NHL during like Gordie's time versus Yzerman's time, because Gordie retired the year Yzerman showed up.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you also got to bring that into effect as well, because like look at like actually speaking of cigars, one of the funniest things I've seen all year was what was that last week when Jamal Adams tried lighting a cigar in his press conference.
Oh
That
yeah.
was badass, actually.
He I don't think it happened because it looked like a Solomon to me, but everyone's saying he lit the wrong end. But that cigar looked like a Solomon to me, so I couldn't really tell.
Bron got lit up for lighting a cigar. It was a Macanudo.
No.
Yeah.
Was it an Undercrown or
Drew
Macanudo?
Undercrown.
Shade.
When he was on the Cavs, right? No,
No,
Lakers.
Lakers.
Lakers lit up
Lit
Undercrown.
up.
Undercrown, Connecticut is what they lit up from correctly. Jonathan Drew hooked him up.
Okay.
There you go. That's what's up. So, I guess, what would you say, in your guys' opinion, is probably one of the best pairings for a cigar? Because rather it be food, drinks, like it kind of jumps into that question of the top 5, though. It depends your mood. But your 2 moods right now, what's your go-to pairing? Like we jump off this call, what stick are you grabbing? If you grab another one, or what other drink are you grabbing to pair with that cigar you're smoking right now?
I'm grilling a steak and I'm smoking a full-bodied Maduro. That's for sure. Maybe a beer, darker beer, maybe.
So I have a 14-day aged steak at the house right now. I might grill that bad boy up too, realistically, or maybe save it till tomorrow. But plan on smoking Opus X. Fuente Fridays usually.
Okay.
But I think that Fuente would go perfectly well with that, especially the Opus. And not too strong. Honestly, it's a full body, so I like it. If I stay here and have another beer, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I might have the Asylum Pandemonium because I might be here for a while. And that's a big stick. That's a hell of a stick. You haven't had it.
That's a what? 62 by 6?
No.
Oh.
No.
That is an 8 by, what is it?
60.
8 by 60 or 8 by 52?
Something like that.
No.
But they also come in different sizes. They even go bigger.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, Tom did a fucking fantastic job with this cigar. Tom, if he's even going to watch this, I'm going to tell you right now, you did good, brother. You did good.
Very true. That's the first cigar in years that actually knocked me on my ass.
Yeah.
I tell them the story all the time. I literally almost threw up, guys. Like, it was...
Threw up with excitement.
Yeah, that's what it was. I didn't eat anything before smoking that cigar, and I think I started it at noon. I didn't finish the cigar until almost 4:30, 5 o'clock. But I had to stand up because I got really dizzy from it. And the second time I smoked it, I ate. And damn, it was good.
He learned his lesson.
I had a badass burger. And
I hope you learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson, that's for sure. But Tom knows, man. Tom knows his cigars.
Yeah.
Him and Christian.
The Aroa 660 is phenomenal.
Yeah. I like the Ogre. Like, I love all things Asylum.
Big hit last year.
But the Ogre to me is by far one of the best. One of the
Summer
best
smokes,
cigars.
in my opinion. It's a good summer smoke.
Yeah, I could smoke that anytime, though. It's like, it's a medium to mild. I think anybody can smoke that, whether you're a beginner or a vet. You can smoke that cigar. I don't want to hear it's a Candela, it's too light. No, that cigar is absolutely amazing. The flavor profile behind it, nice. That earthy connection with like that cedar note is just super. It's so smooth. Like you can't.
So in other words, it's a must-have.
Yes, yeah, definitely. If you haven't tried that,
Must try.
Try anything Asylum. You're gonna be very happy with it. So,
nice. Yeah, for me, it's definitely my. So I won some 35-day aged or dry aged tomahawks.
Ooh, there you go.
So for me, it would be one of those tomahawks, and
you got an excellent blue cheese taste to it too.
Yeah, probably a T52, and a glass of I don't know what bourbon would I pair with it because I'm on the biggest bourbon kick of 2021 already. Probably my Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, or my or even the straight rye that I'm drinking right now, with a glass of wine on the side. To be determined what kind of wine, because there's way too much in my basement for me to decide.
Well, if Thomas is listening, you need to pair it up with one of Faye's Buffalo Trace. That's good Buffalo Trace right there.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Faye's Fort Gratiot. If you haven't been there, go stop there.
Oh, absolutely. Where's he at again? I forgot.
And anything obviously at A&B's. I mean, Yvonne is the man. 100%.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'd probably pair it with the last Eagle Rare from A&B that he did right at the end of 2020.
I still have my my A&B blend at home.
Oh, nice.
And I don't even want to drink it. It's so good.
Guess who he won't pour it for?
You.
This guy.
Guess who else he won't pour it for at this rate? If he still has it, he's not even pouring it for himself.
That's true. Stingy. You called me greedy earlier.
I know, but I'll even admit myself. There's bottles in my collection. It's not that I don't want to open them. It just by the time I get towards that side of the bar, I could pick 5 bottles that I'll drink. Because for me, it's like I want to grab and pour. I don't want to look around for 15 minutes and then pour. Unless I'm doing it, like if I'm gonna do it live and it's with an actual distillery, obviously I'm drinking their product. I'm not gonna come up to a what's it called, a Heaven Hill interview and drink like Blanton's.
Yeah, that's just the respect level you have, man.
Yeah.
I can
appreciate that. It's not saying Blanton's is bad or that I can't drink Heaven Hill, because let's be honest, one of the latest picks from Breakfast Club was a Elijah Craig, and it's one of my favorite picks that we've done, and one of my favorite picks that I've had in 2020. And that's with a non-biased answer too. For those that are probably like, "Oh, he just saying that because he picked it." I wasn't even on that trip, to be honest.
Damn.
Yeah. So I think we have another question I was going to ask you guys. Let me see if I can find it. All right. So we got personal. We know your favorites. We know the whole 9 yards. We just went through probably one of the hardest years of a lot of people's lives. With that said, and we kind of talked about it at the beginning, and we're going to go from personal to serious now. And I apologize for those that are watching. It's a subject that a lot of us should be talking about. How has the pandemic that we're dealing with right now affected business? And correct me if I'm wrong, the answer you're about to give is probably the answer that 90% of bar and restaurant owners would give. So it's not like we're just calling you guys out and saying it. The answer you're about to give is probably something that every single bar or restaurant owner that I could have on would say. So how has it affected business?
I mean, first off, take a look behind us, right? Like, it's a Friday night. It's cold outside.
The bar is empty.
you can hear people outside.
Yeah, and for those that are probably hear the voices, it's not people that are inside. It's the fact that those white
they're
clouds
all
behind you are actually pointing towards the patio that they have. And
Yes.
correct.
So they're outside on the patio underneath the tent. When they realistically they should be upstairs, right? They should be hanging out. They should be in the bar. They should be crowded around that bar right now. Just shit, sharing stories. Sharing laughs.
We should be getting interruptions every 2 seconds.
Yeah, realistically, I don't know.
It's been tough for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, every restaurant, every bar owner, every cafe. Every business. Not even us, realistically, in the industry, but everyone's had to shut their doors, adapt in some way possible if they can, to try to at least make it. Everyone's hemorrhaging money. I'm sure some businesses will probably not even feel bad for them.
Yeah. Heart go out to them.
Yeah.
That are not making it, not allowed to open their doors again, and we're blessed to say we have an amazing community around us that realistically, the minute we opened our doors back up, the first time they came, they supported, then the second time, then the third, and shit. Now to the fourth, fifth time,
hopefully we stop counting.
Phone calls, text messages, and all the love and support we got. It was huge, man, and it got us through a tough times. There were days, I'd look at Brandon, when we should have been at the bar, right? It'd be like a Friday or Saturday night, and I'd look at him and be like, dude, what the hell are we doing? Like, there's too much time in a day now, right? Granted, we were always begging for that. To silver linings, it sucked, though. Like, yeah, you got time off. You got to rest. And I'm sure every bar owner, every restaurant owner, every business owner out there, right? So, it's just, you pray for time off. And then when it actually hits you and it's forced,
you pray to go back.
Yeah, it's a different mindset, man. It sucks. So, you got to grind, align. A lot of people, motivational speakers will say is you got to stay hungry to not go hungry.
Right.
So that's what we did.
We adapted. We did deliveries, we did pickups.
Yep.
To go orders. Hell, I shipped cigars all over the fucking country.
Shit, we dropped cigars off.
Speaking of that, is that something you guys are still doing? If they call you, is it? Yeah. Could they potentially? Are cigars appointments only, or now that you guys are open, everything's back to normal?
Come on in. Pick out your cigars. If you can't make it in because of our limited hours, give us a call. Text us, call us, message us on Facebook, whatever it may be. We'll meet you up at any time. Pick up the cigars or give me a list. If I don't have it, I'll make a suggestion. Yeah. And that's another thing with the cigars too. It's tough to get them in right now. We place an order and 4 or 5 days, that cigar shipment is already in the building. Now, 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's not your guys' fault. That's just the fact that, first of all, we just finished Christmas season. So everyone was already backed off from UPS and FedEx because of that. All the post-Christmas returns that everyone did right away, that just knocked out UPS and FedEx and USPS for the next few days. True. So, and it's distribution no matter what world of or what division of the world or what part of your career you're in, it's going to affect you somehow. There's probably, depending where you live, might be some stores waiting for printer paper. Not that, and that's maybe just because of the way that they ordered it. They're like, oh, usually I get this order in 2 weeks, but shit, now it's 4.
Yeah. Right. A lot of weird obstacles to overcome this year, starting in March. So, it's been challenging, but also, inspiring, right? Like, we see businesses that were shut down and I mean, we talked to those same business owners, right? And a lot of us kind of banded together, whether it be the cigar community, you know, like we just kind of got with everybody, started talking to everyone that owned a cigar bar, everyone that owned a restaurant, everyone that just owned a normal standalone bar.
Yeah.
Got with all of them and just kind of, you know, we chatted, man, like smoked cigars on patios at points and, you know, smoked in garages, in basements, just to chat, get ideas, bounce ideas off each other, and honestly, just get out of the house.
Like, and even just like we were just talking about shipping, Arthur just mentioned how supply chain itself is facing so many challenges right now.
Correct.
Very true.
That probably goes back and forth, like I said, to almost every single area of distribution. So that's the other ball game too. So I guess on the final question, because I don't want to get personal, put you guys on the spot too many times today. Plus, hopefully, within the next few minutes, you guys get slammed and have to go back downstairs. What's next?
Away, man.
What's next? So what?
I think you guys just froze, by the way, so you might want to bear with me with that answer. Let me try something real quick. All right, let's see if we can bring you back on and actually have you jump in. Let's see. All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know if it's on your guys' side or on mine. But while we're waiting for them to load back up, I'm going to shoot them a quick message so that they notice that they're actually MIA at the moment. I'm going to plug something of my own for a quick second. Do this real quick. Let me see if I can get this going. There we go. I think they're back. They might be. There we go. All right, you guys are back?
I think we lost you there.
There we go. We hear you now.
Oh,
is your phone back? You guys hear me all right?
We can barely hear you. It's very, very choppy.
I hear you perfectly fine right now, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take over and answer that question.
I'm off the Wi-Fi.
So what is, or I guess while you guys are figuring out the camera, I'll let you guys set up your technical side real quick, and I'm going to do a quick plug. And I'll bring you guys back in right after I
hear you normally now.
Oh, okay, we're good. All right. So, like we were saying, and I apologize for the quick, you guys are muted now. You just muted yourself. There you go. All right.
There we go.
There we go.
The troubles of 2020 and, you know, being all over the internet with everything.
Yeah. The joys of being live, too. We can just figure out what's going on and we're good.
Oh, yeah.
So, back to the question. What's next?
So, what's next? Maybe a few improvements. You know, we're still a year and a half in, so the bar is still young. The wine cellar will be turning into a walk-in humidor. A few different changes in the bar aspect. So seating a little bit will be different come 2021. The patio will be changing later in the summer as well. And a few different changes would be the continuous adaptation of our website.
There you go.
We plan on doing deliveries, so we're teaming up actually with Monique from Cigar to actually do deliveries, like same-day delivery.
Oh, very nice.
And just kind of making sure that if something like this ever happens again, that we're not caught in the weeds and that we can, you know, survive it the second time around. And that's just been the main focus is, you know, finding other ways to generate income, not just in the bar, but also outside of the bar.
Yeah. So, because I know like we had a few meetings with stuff that we worked on together as well, and just seeing everything that went on during those meetings and the organization within the bar, I mean, you guys are pretty organized already. What are you guys doing with the bar then? Like, how is seating changing? Or is that something that's not allowed to be mentioned at the moment?
Um,
We or should we call it
spoil
TBD?
Well, yeah,
Wh-
we'll leave it as like sort of a surprise, right?
Okay,
Because it's something we want to unveil.
very nice. That's good. It's good to hear. Change is always good. Like you guys said, it's a blessing to even be up and running during a time like this.
True.
So I'm actually gonna give you guys and those that are watching right now a sneak peek of what the Booze Nest is dropping this Monday. Um, and we'll probably get your guys' opinion at the same time, and opinions are always welcome. Um, Obviously, like I kind of told you guys my story during all the meetings that we had. Um, I started back in February. I honestly did not think what I started would turn into what it is now. And it's one of the biggest blessings I had of 2021. Like a small idea of doing what I thought I was gonna do turned into, okay, let me do this instead, because all the bars I wanted to visit a month after I started my journey on the Booze Nest closed, or for the lack of better words, got shut down. They didn't really close.
Yeah.
But the journey's been awesome so far. So I'm gonna give a quick sneak peek. Bear with me as I look down, trying to make sure I show the right screen. And this probably will be the first run, and more to come. But starting Monday for a limited time, we will be on the Booze Nest. The official announcement will probably come
Those are
around
pretty dope.
Monday.
Hell yeah.
So stay tuned Monday. The first run of the OG Booze Nest T-shirt is going to drop Monday. Um, Price will be in the post. Everything will be in the post that you need. To be honest, everything that I'm going to use, any proceeds that are raised with this are going to go towards improvements, not only for the podcast, but also other things to help the experience of the Booze Nest become a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. So there's what will be coming probably, like I said, Monday. I'll probably do a 2 week run, and details will be posted in the post. So stay tuned to the Booze Nest Instagram and the Booze Nest Facebook for details on how you can potentially purchase these shirts. There are other things also coming in February and March, but just like your guys' seating, I want that to be an unveiling and a surprise. Maybe when we jump off, I'll tell you guys because I know I'll definitely need the expertise that you guys have to know how far into it I should go. But I'm probably gonna go hit a home run and swing for the fences and do all three things I'm thinking of doing. But without further ado, for those that are watching, thank you so much for watching. Brandon, Triston, thank you guys for taking your time.
Thanks for
During
having
your
us,
busy
man.
days and busy
This was a
weeks.
blast.
It's been fun. Hopefully, I see you guys in the next few days. I definitely need a smoke. We'll definitely get together. We'll shoot the shit, for the lack of better words.
Oh yeah.
Don't excuse my French. It's my channel, my show. So thank you guys, and thank you for everyone for watching. To that, I say cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.